Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do my January 2020 wrap up. So I've read a total of 9 books in January. I never read that much. I think every year is like the first 6 months is like boom boom boom, I read so much, but the end is like crappy. So today I'm gonna tell you about each book that I read. One was sent to me for free for an honest review, so here's the review, I guess. I've already posted it on Goodreads and on my blog, so if you want to go take a look, I'll put the link down below. So here we go. Alright, so the first one that I read this year, technically, is The Lie About Truth by Courtney Stevens. I don't know, anyways, I found this gem. I gave it 5 stars, and it was really good. It's just about a girl that her best friend passes away or dies in a car accident that she was in. He was driving, she was in the front seat, passenger side, and then the car that made the accident were their best friend and the passenger, her boyfriend. So there's a lot of things that has not been said. Like it happens like a year after. It's mostly her dealing with the death of her best friend. And then many things that were secrets that never came out, and then they kind of have to know each other a year after. So, and her best friend's brother comes along, and she's been talking to him, and she like falls in love with him, and there's just a lot of things that has to be said about this. I really loved it. It's hard hitting. For me, it was hard hitting because I have a friend that passed away in a car accident, and I never got a chance to really tell her how much I love her as a friend. And I guess this book really reminded me of her. Actually, after I've done, and even in the middle, I kept dreaming of her, of my friend. So in a way, this really made me think a lot, and I really loved it. And the chemistry between the friends are really good. And to be honest, I gave it 5 stars, and it could have been 6, but I usually give 5 out of 5. I'm just saying it was really, really good. I'm very happy that my first book this year is a 5-star, but amazing. So yeah, so the next book I gave 3 stars. It was meh. Some places I really felt connected to the characters, and some places I was just like messed up. But it is Salvation Station by Catherine Schleich. I don't know how to say her last name. It's Schleich. But yeah, this is an advanced reader copy. This book is coming out on April 2020. So this book goes back and forth. There's a police officer that gets called to a crime scene, and it ends up being a priest and 2 kids. They were buried in their garden, and the dog found them. A dog. So, and then you see a life of another person. You're not sure who she is. I really felt confused for the first half because I didn't know what was going on. This is really religious though. It's about a woman that goes into, like, the police officer is trying to figure out who killed them. She's going back, and they found that the priest's wife, she had a really odd past, and she did stuff that was really dark, and they think that it's her that's killed that priest and the 2 kids. So it's really graphic for the murders. The person tells you like everything, how that person felt, what she did, how the other person was before they died. So just know that. But it is a murder mystery, and the ending was good. It was actually really, really good. This is an adult book, and it's really dark. it's adult. I don't read a lot of adult books. As you can see, it's most, unless it's like a romance or fantasy, I don't read like adults. And this was really adult, so for me it was hard, but at the same time I read it in 5 days, and I never read these books. Like usually the last one that I read that I got it took me at least 2 to 3 weeks to read. So it does say a lot about how the pacing was perfect, and I a little lost at first, but that's about it. I really loved it though. It was really a great book. Then I'll put a picture here or here. I read Slam, and it's graphic novel. I gave it 4 stars. The only thing is it really mostly introduced the sport. It's roller derby. Yeah, I can't say it, but anyways, it's about that. And it really explained what the sport is, and then it introduced, like at the last 5 pages, the characters. So I need to continue it, but it was actually really good. It's cute. I love the images, and it was just really cute. So that's one. It was only 24 pages, so really it's not really a book, but it's really an introduction to the actual series, I guess, Slam. So I'm gonna try to find if they have any other ones. But this one I bought with my Kobo points, since I am VIP for Kobo, so I get every year I can buy any book, mostly one that they can actually, it's the cheaper side, and I found that one that I actually was interested in, so I read that one. So that was my 3rd book. So the other one was it's a book that I got from the library. I'll put a picture here, and it's The Past and Other Things I Should Say Buried. This was by Sean D. Hutchinson, 294 pages. I gave it 4 stars. It was really hard hitting, and I loved it. It was so hilarious. First of all, for me, okay, I'm that kind of person. If you talk about people farting, stink, or being idiots, I freaking love it. I'm the weirdest person, okay? Anything with farts or poop makes me laugh. So I'm that kind of person. So anyways, in this book is just a boy that his best friend, his ex-best friend died. Like he came out as gay, and she just couldn't, I don't know what happened. He just never let her. She likes to joke about everything, and sadly it hurt him. So they kind of stopped talking, and a year later she passes away from an aneurysm or something in her brain. But then the day before her funeral, since his parents actually own the place that they like dress her and everything for the funeral, he went to the basement to say bye, and she wakes up, but she's still dead. She doesn't have a heartbeat. She doesn't have organs. She is rotting. That's the part that's funny. And it mostly them try to figure it out why they didn't keep being friends, and for her to deal with that she's gone. Actually really good. I love that actual book. I gave it 4 stars because the relationship was spot on, and it wasn't rushed, and it wasn't like, it's really good. And I love how the LGBTQ plus representation is in it. I really loved it. So that's one other book that I read. The other one was Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This is a 306 page book. I gave it 4 stars. This one, it really is hard hitting for anyone that lives in a city where there's a lot of gun violence, mostly with gangsters and groups and, you know, drugs and stuff. Is really, I've seen this book many times. I thought it was actually like a full book, but these were more verses, and mostly about, it's a boy that his brother dies. He gets shot, and their rule is, oh, never cry, and always go back and kill the person that killed his brother. It's always revenge. And he gets his brother's gun, he finds it, and he has to go to the building of the person he thinks actually killed him. When he goes in the elevator, he pretty much meets everyone that has ever died from gun violence in his past that are actually like ghosts. I find that he finally realized like how those rules shouldn't apply to everyone or anyone, to be honest. It's just violence. And it was really good, and it makes you realize a few things, and I really loved it. So yeah, that was a 4-star. And then I read Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer, and I actually just finished it like a few days ago. It was an ebook, 510 pages, so it took me longer, but the last half, like, I flew through it. It was okay. So I have The Curse of Dark and Lonely right here. That was my favorite book of 2019. I was so in love with that one. But the second one, you get to know more about okay, so Ren is the prince, and then Harper is the girl, but they're not really into the second book. It's mostly about Gray. So Gray is the guardsman. He's been with the prince in the first book, and it's mostly about him because he finds out that he is the actual heir. He's supposed to be king, and he's scared of telling Ren because Ren really wants to own everything. He knows that if Ren finds out it's him, he's gonna kill him because he wants to save his kingdom. And turns out that he has magic, and Ren is really scared of magic. So it's all about that. He runs away, they're in the woods, and there's a new romance in it. I loved it so much. And a new girl that we meet that is the enemy of Ren's kingdom. So she's the daughter of the evil person that keeps trying to kill everyone in Ren's kingdom. So and it's really good. I loved it. The ending, I'm freaking pissed because I have to wait another year, but I really gave this book 5 stars. It was perfect. I couldn't ask for better, and I'm just very excited. It's just so good. And then almost the last is I read Pumpkinhead by Rainbow Rowell and Fate Hicks, and it was 5 stars. It was so cute and adorable. The guy chasing, like, the guy has always had a crush, and it's his last day working at the pumpkin patch before he goes to college, his last year, and he really want to tell this girl that he really likes her. He chases her all over the place, and the ending is perfect. It just makes you realize that not what you see is always what it is. So yeah, it really is a cute book, and it took me like maybe an hour to read, so I would suggest you to read it as well. It is really cute. I have 2 left. So I read After the Death of Ana Gonzalez, and it's by Terry Field. This is actually, it's about a girl that she committed suicide, and there's like, I'll show you, there's like little verses of every person that knows her or seen her at school. So it's really how they feel about what happened, and I find it good because this should be in school, just for students to know that, I don't know, it's, even though you leave doesn't mean it doesn't hurt everybody else, and mostly students to know that they're not alone, and there's always going to be someone there for you. But really good. I gave 3 stars. It was only 100 pages. Now the last book I read is What I Leave Behind by Allison McGee, and this one is almost the same thing. So it's just almost like just little pages, and there's 200 pages if you think about it. There's just nothing written on the other side ever. It's about a boy that he walks all the time. It's a way for him to cope with life. And he works in a store. There's many people he talks about, but there's one place he can't walk, and it's mostly explanation why he doesn't walk there anymore. And it's about suicide, about rape is talked about in this, and friendship, really good. Hard-hitting also. And any book about mental health I like to read mostly, but this one was really good, and I did give it 4 stars, so it is a book you should read also. Those are all the books I read this month. Hopefully it was a long wrap up, I'm sorry about that, but those are the books that I read. If you've read any of these books, let me know down below. If you like these kind of video of me talking to you about the books that I read. But I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be my TBR, and I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching my channel at Josee's Bookshelf. My name is Jose, and I'll see you later. Bye!